Jürgen Klopp is a menace. Be it Dortmund, Liverpool, or Internazionale, his high-intensity gegenpress is incredibly difficult to play against. That was the case for Ladislav Almasifan's Atalanta. Now in the fourth season, having won the league the first three, but currently sat 4 points off top spot, a game against Klopp's Internazionale is up next. He's currently 5 games without a win in this matchup, a run spanning 18 months which started with defeat on penalties in the Coppa Italia final and included a Champions League exit at the round of 16. So let's take a look at both teams to see how we can adapt Ladislav Almasifan's current tactic to put an end to that run. This Atalanta side is stacked. Ergachan is a reliable shot stopper behind a back three of Scalvini, Diomande and Calafiore. Diomande in particular has been excellent, winning 90% of his tackles, 75% of his aerial duels and 11% of his passes are progressive. Quenda and Ruggieri at wingback provide ample creativity, combining for 0.7 expected assists per 90. They also combine to lose possession 30.91 times per game. Injury has robbed Ladislav Almasifan of his strongest midfield trio, the ever-dependable Ederson at the base of midfield, with Reinders and Milenkovic-Savic ahead. Reinders is such a force going forwards. 2.24 dribbles, 0.44 expected assists, and 0.25 goals per 90 is incredible, but a hip injury has seen him miss the last 2 months. Up front, the enigmatic Neymar is a false 9, alongside the freight train that is Francesco Pio Esposito. Esposito is currently scoring at a rate of more than 1 goal per game. He has almost as many goals as the rest of the lineup combined. There is impressive depth. Jorginho offers experience. Joe Bellingham brings energy. Samardzic, De Ketelaere and Zaniolo provide flexibility and guile. Lorenzo Luca adds height. And Ladislav Almasi. Username checks out. This is a very good team. They dominate possession, they establish themselves in the opposition's half, they complete crosses, they create chances, and then convert them. They are great at restricting their opponents. But for everything they're good at, Inter are just a little bit better. At the end of the first season, after finishing as runners-up, Simone Inzaghi was sacked. Deciding he no longer needed a break from football, Jürgen Klopp took the reins. With it, he brought that gegenpressing 4-3-3 that had terrorised the Premier League for 9 seasons. The squad itself has not changed that much. Josep Martinez is now the starting goalkeeper after Jan Sommer's retirement, and truth be told, he's been poor. Morten Hjulmand plays at the base of midfield where he wins his tackles, helps progression, and occasionally creates chances. Valentin Carboni is also a regular starter, providing dribbling and creativity off the right flank. Pedro Gonçalves is not expected to start this match, but is a goal-scoring threat, either off the left or coming from deeper in midfield. The key players, perhaps unsurprisingly, are Nicolo Barella and Marcus Thuram. Barella has been the engine, driving forward with the ball and creating from midfield when in possession, harassing the opposition when out of possession. Thuram does everything from the AML position, dribbles, creates, scores. 5 dribbles per 90 is insane. A quick look at the past 2 games shows Thuram involved in all 3 goals Inter scored. This is what Ladislav Almasifan had to say about recent games between him and Jürgen Klopp. My key wingbacks, Ruggieri and Quenda, were poor in all 4 games. We scored 5 times, 4 from midfield, while Inter netted 8, 5 from midfield, so the midfield battle seems key. I couldn't agree more. Both teams are possession heavy, so controlling the central areas will go a long way to establishing dominance. Let's take a look at how we can do that. This is not about abandoning our approach entirely, rather making small adjustments to nullify Inter's threats. We'll start with the lineup. Ergochan is just back from a fractured wrist, so we'll keep Karneschki as the starter. Bellingham has held the starting spot whilst Reinders has been injured and will stick to that. Quenda, Milenkovic-Savic and Neymar have all recently returned from injury and are not fully match sharp. That's not ideal against the intensity of a Klopp side, so they will all drop to the bench. Lazari, Samardzic and De Ketelaere will come in. Now, I love this tactic. It looks to build methodically from the back, and with the false nine dropping into midfield, there are a lot of opportunities for central overloads to help progress the ball through the lines. The wing-backs provide the width. The wide centre-backs support underneath when you need to recycle the ball. Esposito keeps the defence pinned back, which opens up space in the hole. This team has scored against Inter in all but one game since Klopp joined. I want to leave the attacking play alone as much as possible, as it's more than sufficient to cause problems. I will, however, add a couple of instructions to the wing-backs. Both have been instructed to dribble less and take fewer risks. This won't stop them dribbling or attempting through balls entirely, it will merely decrease the frequency. A look back at previous games showed they lost the ball a lot, which contributed to their poor performances. The in-transition instructions are perfectly fine. Counter-pressing is just the smart thing to do. I'd perhaps be a little bit more cautious when it comes to counter-attacking, but that's personal preference as opposed to anything necessary here. That stays. Out of possession is equally good. The defensive line is one notch up from standard, which helps keep the defensive lines compact. The much more often pressing is perfectly reasonable too. Normally, I'd advise trapping inside here, as that is where the bodies are defensively, but in this instance, that might not be so wise. You see, just as Atalanta do with the false nine dropping into midfield, Internazionale do with Dumfries inverting from fullback. This gives them 4 men in central areas in possession. To combat that, we're going to ask De Ketelaere to man mark Hjulmand. This should free up Samardzic to jump onto Dumfries when he inverts. I'm also going to remove Mark Titer from Ederson and change him to a ball-winning midfielder. Inter do not use an AM, and so I want to give him the freedom to chase down which Inter midfielder breaks forward, be that Fratesi or Barella. If Ederson whiffs, we've got 3 men behind him who can pick up the pieces. Finally, the Thuram problem. I don't want to rein in Lazari at right wing-back, as his attacking mentality works well on the side with the false 9. Instead, I'm going to switch Bellingham to a deep-lying playmaker. He will still offer some of the creative output of the Mezzala, albeit from a deeper position. More importantly, he will be less likely to stray from his defensive responsibilities, and that can help in protecting the area that Thuram will look to cut inside to. And that's it. We've moved 3 players into the starting lineup, changed 2 roles, added 5 player instructions, and removed 1. It's quite a few changes, but the essence of the tactic remains the same. Now, before we head into the match itself, let's talk about how you can have your saves featured in this video. This is one of the benefits for Continental licensed Patreons who've been invited to submit their saves. For more details, head on over to the link in the description below. Right, on to the match. Ooh, okay, so highlight for us, hopefully, here from the throw-in. Gary inside to Ederson. Here's Bellingham now. Oh, I think De Ketelaire's off. They're not checking it. That's a goal. That's a goal. All right. Okay, so here's Gary. Shifts it across to Ederson. It's a nice, quickly move to Bellingham. Takes a touch. Oh, De Ketelaere just checks his run. Oh, what a finish as well, Charles De Ketelaere. That's a decent start. Right, another highlight again. Inter with the throw-in. Barella. DeMarco. Thuram's turn. Can he shoot? No, he tries to find Dumfries. Samardzic steps in. Oh, we get it clear. Okay, Esposito can't make it stick though. Right, here's Dumfries. Bellingham does well to cut it out. Samardzic into Esposito. His pass is cut out, but Samardzic has it. De Ketelaire's in behind. De Ketelaere! De Ketelaere! Oh my! Oh my! That's 2-0. Okay, so Samardzic plays it into Esposito. His pass is cut out, but Samardzic seizes on it immediately. It's a lovely ball through to Ketelaere, through on goal. It's a big deflection. Big deflection, but we don't mind. We don't mind at all. Right, we have a throw in here. De Ketelaire's off the pitch for a few moments. Bellingham plays it through to Esposito. Penalty? Oh my. Oh my. It's a penalty. Right, Esposito to take. Oh my. Look at Martinez there. What's he doing with his hips? That should be illegal. That should be illegal. That's 3-0. Oh, we are running away with this. We couldn't have asked for a better game if we tried. Pier Esposito, cool as you like, sends Martinez the wrong way, and that's 3-0. What was Martinez doing with his hips? Lazzari can push forwards, plays it into De Ketelaere. That's nice. It's a little nibble from Barella. Lazzari plays it back to De Ketelaere, and that's cut out by Bastoni. Give us the free kick, ref. Give us the free kick. Or not. Ederson to De Ketelaere. Oh, that should have been 4. Okay, I think we're heading into half time, and look, we haven't been brilliant. We've had one more shot since that last highlight, but we've only had 5 shots. There's a penalty in there. That's 1.74. Brings that down to about 0.9 XG, which is still very good. So let's just have a look at how things are going in terms of possession. So we can see Manuel Lazzari is losing the ball 15 times from 32 touches. That is shocking. Going to bring Lazzari off for Quenda. Let's drop that mentality down. We're 3-0 up, right? Ederson into Samardzic. Samardzic has space to run into. Goes across to Quenda. Quenda has missed it. Quenda's in. Quenda. Esposito. That's got to be offside, right? That has got to be offside. Oh, we'll hold on here. And Esposito looked like he was beyond the defender. And it counts. It counts. Oh, the defender completely whiffed. And Quenda, selfless as he is, sets it up for Esposito for his second goal of the game. Easy. Here we go. Let's see the lines. Oh, that's not right. That's not right at all. We're not complaining. Right, Hjulman to Barella. Feeds it to Thuram. Thuram nicely inside to Barella. Barella, can he shoot? He can, and it's shit. Right, Barella with the free kick. We get there first, but Lautaro sends it back in. Thuram, can he send it back across? He can indeed, and that's 4-1. Lautaro gets the goal. I think it takes a deflection on its way in, but we failed to deal with the second phase of the free kick there. So the ball was sent in. Scalvini won it first. Lautaro gets it to Thuram. He does well, holds it up, sends it across. Oh. I feel like Neymar should have been able to get the block in there. There we go. Right, Carnesci claims. Game is pretty much over now. There is just a minute left to play. Probably going to have to see it all out. Although, here's Neymar. Picks up the ball from Dumfries' clearance. Loses out to Hjulman, but it falls to Ruggieri. Here we go now, right. Sergei. Almasi! 4 seconds left on the clock. Ruggieri's just going to hold it up. Jorginho, and that's the final whistle. What an easy win. We did not win the possession battle. The game state plays a significant part here. We didn't need to. We were ahead early, and the game was arguably settled by half-time. Now, one swallow doth not a summer make, and so I played the game multiple times. We could perhaps feel hard done by with a 3-1 defeat from just 0.61 XG, but we more than made up for it with wins number 2, 3, 4, and 5. Ladislav Almasifan has constructed a phenomenal team. He's put together a solid, sensible tactic I absolutely adore. But even in those circumstances, sometimes you need just a little bit extra to overcome certain opposition. I think we did alright, but what would you have done? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this episode, please consider leaving a like or maybe even subscribing. Your support means the absolute world. See you next time.